Hey y'all, welcome back to another video on my channel. It's your girl Carol the Diva, and today we are gonna be doing some boho box braid like you see me wearing right here. So without any further delay, let's jump right into this tutorial. So the hair that I'm gonna be using for this style today is this one, and it's from a company called Maroochin. This is my first time working with them, but guys, I love this hair so much. Do you see how beautiful this hair is? The curls in it, how bouncy it is. And they sent me 4-pack of this hair. As you can see, I'm holding 3 bags here because I already opened one of them, and I will tell you guys by the end of the video how many I used. I'm gonna go ahead and start taking out my pieces so I could get started. So I usually start braiding my hair from the back, and I'm adding some gel into it so I could get my first nice straight part, which I'm gonna do right now. So because I love you guys so much, I'm gonna go ahead and do a giveaway, and I'm gonna be giving away 2-pack of this human hair for boho hairstyle to 1 lucky subscriber, and I will leave all the rules for this giveaway down in the description box, so go ahead and check that out if you want to be that lucky winner. So the way I'm doing my braids today, I'm not separating the braiding hair into 3 pieces like I usually do. I'm just gonna be folding it into half and use my own hair as the 3rd piece, and then I'm gonna just start braiding in like that. I'm not sure, but it might be easier for some of you guys, you know, because it's kind of hard for you to do the 3-piece. So if this is easier, go ahead and try it this way and let me know how that works for you. And as I'm braiding the hair, as you can see guys, I'm adding my pieces in, and I usually love to add the very first one in the root of the hair. For some reason, I feel like it looks so good. And for each braid that I'm doing today, I'm gonna be adding 4 pieces of boho hair. Also, I like to add them in about 2 to 3 inches away from each other. For me, it makes it look more proportional and much more natural looking. So this is what the first one looked like when I was finished. It still have pieces of hair on it that I need to trim off, so I'm gonna go ahead and trim those off and move on to the other one. I like to trim them off as I go because this way I don't have to go back when I'm done to look for them individually and cut them off. Now I'm gonna go ahead and start the second one, you guys, and just like I did the first one, like I said, I use 1 piece of braided hair and I fold it in 2, and that will make 2 of the section, while my natural hair will be the 3rd section. And I like to add the human hair, the boho hair. The first piece I like to add it into the root, and then the rest of them 2 to 3 inches away from each other. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do the 3rd one in this row just to show you guys once again exactly what I'm doing. And I don't think I need to explain it so much anymore because you could see I'm doing the same thing as I was doing in the first 2 braids. I really love doing boho hairstyle in my hair because I think it looks so nice. And as you guys can see, I did not do it too full because I did not want it to be too heavy on my head. You can always go ahead and add more in it if you want, but this is as much as I wanted in there because I braid my hair so much, and the braid sometimes, you know, it's too heavy on my hair, so I try to make it as light as possible. I totally forgot to part out the front of my hair, which is what I'm doing right now. I usually do this before I start the back of the hair, but I did not remember, which is something I do sometimes. I forget to do it, but I'm just gonna part it off. When I do it like this, when I do it in section, it makes it so much easier for me to go through my entire hair. So yeah, if you're gonna braid your hair yourself, I advise that you do it like this. You part off this section, and it will make it easier for you to, you know, do your entire hair. Anyway, this is how it's looking, but we're gonna go ahead and proceed with the back. And now I'm up to the second row. And guys, please do not ask me how many rows I did in this hairstyle, because I did not count them for this one, and I did not count how many braids I did exactly, so just don't ask. And I'm sorry about that, but I had a lot going on while I was braiding my hair. Believe me, I took so many breaks. I can't even tell you how long it took me to do my hair. I just know I did it in 2 days, but I took a lot of breaks because I had a lot going on. So I have to get up and leave, drive to places, all of that stuff while I'm doing my braids. So you know, it's about that time where I speed up because we gotta get through this hairstyle as quick as possible. It's a lot of braids, so it will definitely take a long time if I don't speed the video up. But if you have any questions, go ahead and ask them down below. I'll get back to them as soon as I can. I also want to note, guys, you might have noticed that when I'm doing the braids, once I get up to like the second row or so, I part out the sections, so I'll know exactly how many braids I'm gonna be doing in there. I clip every other one up so it doesn't get in the way of the other one, so they'll already be pre-parted, all the section going across for me to just add the braids. I feel like it's so much easier, and by the time I reach to the other end of that row, they are all on the same size. So yeah, I just feel like that's a useful tip and worth mentioning. By the way, this is the gel that I'm using to do my braids. I totally forgot to show you guys earlier, but I think this is like my first time using it, and I absolutely love it. I have that braid sitting in my, in my room for the longest time, but never use it. But I decided to use it today, and I absolutely love it. It's not much of a difference from some of them that I use. It's still as good, but there are others that I use that's nowhere as good as it. So that's definitely one on the list of my top gels to use when I'm braiding my hair. So yeah, we're up to the side, and because of my head shape, I usually part the sides slanted. That's something I tell you guys in most of my braiding videos, just because when I get up to the middle, I want the left and the right side to line up perfectly. So from braiding my hair over time, I learned that I have to part my hair like that, or when I get up to the middle, it's gonna be crooked. They're not gonna line up, equally. So yeah, just another tip for you guys, just in case you got the same head shape as me, you know what I'm saying. But after a while, you will know what works for you and what don't. Now I'm up to the very last row in the front, and I'm so excited that I'm almost to the end. But yeah, let me just speed this up so we could get this out the way and get to the finished look. And just so you guys know, just in case you're wondering, because sometimes I get asked this question, when I was all done, I dipped the hair in hot water and dry it off with my towel before I showed the finished look to you guys. I also added oil onto my scalp. I did my edges, and I also added some curling cream onto the hair to bring some moisture into it. Nothing crazy, but these are some of the things that I did to it after I was all done. And here I'm just trimming up the hair, and it's all done, and I'm so excited. My daughter gave me some candy, and that's what I was chewing on there, you guys. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and go do my makeup, and I will be back to show you guys the finished look. So this is it, you guys, all done, and I absolutely love the outcome. Like I said, I did not add too much hair onto it to make it heavy, and even the braiding hair, I use small pieces just because I did not want it to be too heavy. But yeah, it came out perfectly fine for me and exactly how I wanted it, you know what I mean. And this is how the back of it looked. As you can see, looking so beautiful. The curls are popping. That's another thing, I absolutely love the curls that's in this hair. And like I said before, guys, I'm not exactly sure, the amount of hours it took me to do the hair, but I started day 1 after 12 and I finished day 2 in the evening. And I also took multiple breaks just because of all the things I had going on at the time. But with all that, I was happy that I got it done before Christmas and the New Year's, because everybody want to look cute for the holiday, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I was happy that I got it out the way. I used 2 packs of the hair they sent me to do this style, and so I'm gonna give away the other 2 packs to a lucky person. So make sure you check the description box for the details of the giveaway. I tried a few other styles and absolutely love them, but y'all already know when you do these boho hairstyle, there is so many different styles that you could put your hair in. It's endless. I think this one was a very cute and fun hairstyle, and usually when I do boho braids, this is my go-to style. I also put it up in a bun, which is another style that I do all the time when I do boho hairstyle because I love it so much, and that was cute too. Anyway, you guys, if you want some of this hair that I used to create this boho hairstyle, I will leave all the information down in the description box below, so make sure you check that out. Thank you again so much, guys, for tuning into my channel, and if you're new here, I hope you go ahead and subscribe so you never miss another video from me. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them down below and I'll get back to them as soon as I can. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!